I mean? And so that to me is more of a precursor to if we lose, which I think we might. I want to be able to say, you know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, yeah, like I told you guys beforehand.
Just trying to have fun.
No, not even necessarily that, but that, we thought this was possible, but we saw good building blocks. It's a long season. He seems to be setting the table for that.
You know what I think is going to happen this game if Aaron Rodgers loses? He is going to look old compared to Drake Maye.
Well, yeah.
And it's a storyline that, like, Drake obviously, idolized Aaron Rodgers. But I remember seeing, shout out to Mac Jones, when I realized, Mac Jones, we might have some limitations. Mac Jones versus Josh Allen, and it was like a similar situation, and the play broke down, and Mac Jones got sacked, and Josh Allen, ran for 20 yards. I was like, oh. Seeing it right there, what's the story about the Chrysler? Everything looks like a Bentley or whatever.
The Chrysler Grandeur looks like a Bentley till a Bentley pulls up next to it.
When you see Drake, I was like, oh, this guy can do significantly more than you can. Yeah. And maybe four-time MVP Aaron Rodgers could beat the Patriots, but 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers can't. Also, good chance we just penalize ourselves out of the game. And
there we go.
Putting that out there. Rams in Philadelphia in a heated matchup. Remember this. Last year, Brew, in that playoff game, Matthew Stafford almost won.
Oh, yeah.
Sunday at 1 on Fox.
That.
Yeah. Jalen Hurts has not aired the ball out much at all. Take a listen.
How we function, how we flow, our synchronization. I think that I take accountability for a lot of it, and just how we go out there, because it's my job. My job is to go out there and be the general, orchestrate everything, and ultimately make plays.
Okay. Yeah. Lack of explosive offense on Jalen Hurts.
Well, it's either on him or the new OC. And you know what I mean? I'm not there. I don't know, obviously, what the reasoning is. But the stat you had earlier, KW, they've thrown 0 passes 10 to 20 yards down the field is impossible. They have attempted more tush pushes this year than 10-plus yard passes that Colin had is ridiculous. Yeah. And they have the horses. And so, I'm going to keep hammering this point. I think this is so different than last year. Last year's Eagles offense was explosive. It was explosive because of how great Saquon was, and they mixed in more passes than this year, but it was explosive. Last year's Eagles team was not the 2000 Ravens. You know what I mean? Where it's like ball control, you know what I mean? Ground and pound. No, that was a high-scoring, not high-flying, but high-scoring offense. This year's Eagles offense has not been, and it is very, very difficult for me to believe there have not been times where A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith are open down the field. He has not thrown the ball down the field to A.J. I think A.J. Brown has 8 targets and 7 are on slants.
Yeah, he's got 6 catches for 35 yards.
Yeah, and so that is very difficult for me to believe. And it's not that, he hasn't had time. He's had plenty of time.
Well, that's the thing. The statistical profile of this, I don't have a great comp for it.
There isn't one.
But I wanted to put it together because I don't know that I've ever seen a quarterback, and it's just 2 games, so maybe this will feel ridiculous in 2 weeks, but he has plenty of time to throw, 7th most in the NFL, but he's throwing the 2nd shortest in the NFL. You'd think the more time to throw for longer developing routes. And with all of that time to throw, he's scrambling more than anybody in the NFL. And as you mentioned, no attempts in the intermediate, which is where A.J. Brown has been one of the best players in football the last 5 years. It's a profile that makes so little sense. And even as a guy who is a Jalen Hurts skeptic as a passer, this feels to me like such an outlier that in 6 weeks we'll be like, okay, this has come back to normal.
Keep up.
This is just ridiculous. And he played Dallas.
Yeah.
I'm putting it on the OC because for now, it's too early in the season for me to put anything on Jalen Hurts. He's just earned, not to the point of Mahomes, but he's earned the benefit of the doubt for me. So first game, he was really good with his legs, but still was really good. Last game, Chiefs are, a tough game and all that, but I just think this has to be more offensive coordinator than Jalen. He's not afraid to throw it down the field. He's not afraid to throw it in the intermediate. So it has to be on the offensive coordinator. It can't be on Jalen.
KW, I'm going to do to you what you did to me all through last year.
Uh-oh.
Concern level. Because you haven't been, listen, you have not been quite, Brew, tell me if you agree with me, quite as peacocking about the Eagles once the season started as you were all offseason. I don't know that, I think you sent one Jalen Hurts tweet all year.
I retired it.
No, but you could send new tweets. I'm just curious, like you seem, I know you pretty well at this point. You seem a little unnerved. A little.
I like margin of victory.
Oh, okay.
I'm a margin of victory type of guy.
Okay.
I don't like squeaking by. And it doesn't feel like, these have felt like preseason games. And maybe that's because Jalen didn't play in the preseason. With a new OC, you should have gotten out there and worked a little bit. But I assume this will change because this is not going to work. I think Jalen knows it'll change. I assume it will work, but I'm not
I'm going to go on the record, guys. If he doesn't have, and this is a low bar, at least 200 yards passing, they lose to the Rams. The Rams are going to put up points on that Eagles defense.
Remember, they beat him in the playoffs last year, but he had 125.
Yeah, I understand, but what did Saquon have, 200? That was the game. Yeah. Saquon slapping himself in the helmet, running down the field in the snow.
So in the week 12, he played the Rams. In the divisional round, played the Rams. Saquon had 460 yards.
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
So it's a weird thing. If it's open, so we might have another game. I assume the Rams are going to try to stop that. Another game where it's like, this is a Saquon and running game.
The Rams, all of them are supposed to be Saquon and running games, right? The question is, if Saquon gets hurt or is taken away, can Jalen Hurts do it?
A little bit of lack of creativity. I remember we thought, like, after A.J. Brown had that one catch, we're like, well, they're going to do something unique.
No, they're not designing anything. Nothing. And the Rams, by the way, since Week 10 of last year, in games Stafford has played, he sat out Week 18, they're undefeated except for the 2 games against Philly. They're 0-2 against Philly, and I think 9-0 against everybody else since Week 10 of last year.
Coming up next, are the Chiefs on Upset Alert, a special edition of Frenemies? Tread lightly.
What makes it special?
It's a special edition.
It's a very normal edition.
No, it's a special edition.
What'll be different is, unlike last week, I won't lose.
Is it scored?
Gut-tastic.